Have you ever watched something, seen it with your own peepers, and then were still told that what you saw isn't real? That's not true? And I'm not talking like a magic trick where you're talking about like, wow, I watched a magician make a toothpick vanish from his thumb. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm not talking about something like that where there's wiggle room where it was an illusion or something, or swamp gas reflecting off of a blimp or something to explain alien UFOs or whatever. Like, I'm not talking anything like, messy. I'm talking about when you witness something that is so clear cut that there's no further context or anything that could change the understanding of what happened, and yet there's still people that are defending it as, nope, that's a lie. Because this deplorable lunacy is unfolding right now. The FIFA World Cup Women's Championship just concluded, and during the awards given out to the winners, the Royal Spanish Football Federation president Luis Rubiales grabbed one of the players' heads and gave the wettest, most sloppy, disgusting, revolting, unwanted kiss that's ever been televised. And it is, you can see the whole thing. It's a 5-second clip. All of it fits in 5 seconds. Every bit of context and everything. And you can see the kiss. It's clear as day. It's 4K footage. This is the FIFA World Cup, so it's also probably got 360-degree coverage. You could probably watch this from 60,000 different angles. And yet, Luis Rubiales and his team of defense drones, fucking soulless husks, vampires that represent him, are claiming that it's actually all a lie. This is all just a bunch of baloney. This hoo-ha, this hooey, this nothing burger. This is a load of horseradish. Luis Rubiales is completely innocent. He did nothing wrong, and the truth will come out. The woman that he unconsensually kissed is named Ginny Hermoso, and she did speak about this. She said, "I did not like this incident. I felt vulnerable and a victim of an impulse-driven, sexist, out-of-place act without any consent on my part." And in response to that, the Royal Spanish Football Federation has stood by Luis Rubiales and apparently has even threatened legal action against Hermoso and others, which is a fucking unbelievably evil action to take. She was just up there collecting her award for being on the winning team of one of the biggest events you can imagine. And then out of nowhere, like a jump scare, this Cronenbergian horrifying freakazoid grabs her by the skull like Omni-Man about to crush Speedster's head in the first episode of Invincible, and then he just kisses her out of fucking nowhere. It's gross. Like, that is just a disgusting action to take. There's not really a defense to it. And yet now she's being attacked not only by Luis Rubiales and everyone that's defending him on the upper echelon of those elite weirdos, but also just a bunch of other people have come to his defense like, it's not a big deal. What? It's just kissing her on the lips without her consent. Who cares? I mean, that's fine. He was happy. She was happy. Everyone was happy. It's a celebration. Don't be so uptight. Don't be such a prude. Which I think is some delusional, alarming thought processes going on with that if you're trying to justify this action. No matter how excited you are, you can't just start kissing people without their consent and without warning. It's not a good thing. There's no justification for it. Period. And in response to all this, FIFA actually banned Rubiales and the Spanish Football Federation from contacting her to preserve her fundamental rights following the kiss. And apparently, she'd even been asked to alleviate the pressure on Rubiales. The absolute gall to say that to her. Listen here, miss. You've created a lot of problems for Luis Rubiales. You forced him to kiss you on the lips. You were sending all kinds of signals that he picked up on, and you basically ripped the tongue out of his mouth and shoved it down your throat on the big stage. This is your fault, and it's up to you to fix this. It's fucking craziness. Holy shit. Now, obviously, she's very upset about the situation, and everyone else is as well. So there have been some resignations until proper action is taken, because right now, he's getting a slap on the wrist. They want him to resign from his position following this scandal, which I think is a reasonable request, but instead he's just getting a little bit of a little vacation, basically, and that's about it. He's not facing real consequences for these actions, and also, this is not the first time Luis Rubiales has found himself in some really degenerate hot water. Apparently, he was even siphoning funds out of the Federation in order to spend them on orgies. This is a sexual deviant. This is a fucking bad person, and yet he still has this incredibly high position of power. It's mind-blowing. So I went over this on stream where I learned about it, so I'm going to show you those clips going through all of it. Now, I don't really want to take any risks here, so I'm not going to play the clip just because I know how FIFA can get when it comes to their broadcasts. So You can easily find it. It is an extremely short clip that has every single piece of context that could possibly be relevant to what happened here. So, grabs her head, kisses her. It's a pretty big kiss, and sends her on her way. Like, pats her on the back on the way by afterward, as if he did nothing wrong, which is crazy. Also, the defense of Rubiales stems from actual imagination, like legitimately just make-believe nonsense. So, a lot of the professional players are withdrawing. They're saying that they will not play again for the country until Rubiales is removed from his position. And the Federation is saying that they actually have an obligation to participate if they're called for it. Like, no, you can't do that. Which is a scary thing to say. Why not just actually remove the problem, which is Rubiales, instead of punishing everyone else who wants to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone? But anyway, their evidence is that there was a deleted statement from Hermoso who said that she was totally okay with it. And Rubiales gave a speech saying several times that he would not stand down and called it unjust campaigns and fake feminism. He called the kiss, which took place after Hermoso collected her winner's medal, mutual, and described the conversation in which he asked the athlete for a small peck and she consented. If you watch the clip, this is not a small peck, I don't think, by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, she still came out and said, like, no, that is also just not true. She said that at no time did the conversation to which Mr. Luis Rubiales refers to in his address take place, and above all else, was his kiss ever consensual. She felt vulnerable and was not respected. So this is all just actual nonsense here from Rubiales and his team, it seems. I also don't know when this conversation would have even taken place. Like, how would they have even had a conversation about, hey, when you get on stage, let me grab your face and fucking kiss it, right? Like, when would that conversation have even happened before this moment? Like, it doesn't really add up. That's not making any sense. Spain's soccer chief, Luis Rubiales, is temporarily suspended after World Cup kiss. FIFA on Saturday suspended the head of Spain's soccer federation, Luis Rubiales, following allegations that he forcibly kissed a player during the Women's World Cup medal ceremony. This doesn't look like an allegation. That immediately looks like a kiss. I understand you have to say allegation as a publication, but I mean, he blatantly grabs her head and then kisses her. The way he grabs her head, too, is so aggressive. He looks like one of those bodybuilders doing a feat of strength where they blow up a watermelon in their hands. Jesus. It was an unacceptable gesture, and Mr. Rubiales' apologies are not enough. They are not even suitable. Therefore, he must continue taking steps to clarify what we saw. We continue to ask for the resignation of the man who has harassed and assaulted a woman. His excuses are useless. This person must resign. Yeah, agreed. This guy seems like a fucking weirdo. Dangerous weirdo. Someone that does this is one of those guys that has that, like, fuck you money, that kind of power where they feel like they can do anything and face no consequences. And it looks like that seems to be the case since he hasn't resigned, nor been forced to. I have to apologize. There's no other option, right? And furthermore, learn from this and understand that when you're the president of an institution as important as this federation, you have to be more careful, especially in ceremonies. Rubiales has previously called those criticizing him idiots. What do you mean I can't kiss any woman I want without any level of consent or anything? What kind of world are we living in? Fucking woke mind virus? Can't grab a woman's head and fucking kiss her? Unbelievable. It was a mutual gesture that was totally spontaneous, prompted by the huge joy of winning a World Cup. The Prezi and I have a great relationship. His behavior with all of us has always been 10 out of 10, and this was a natural gesture of affection and gratitude. So is this the actual woman saying this? But didn't she also up here say that she didn't like it? In a live stream of the team celebrating their locker room after the game, Hermoso says, I didn't like it. As she has apparently shown a video or photo of the kiss, she says, what do I do? Look at me. Look at me. So why is she saying this down here? Relvo reports that Hermoso did not actually write or say that statement. Source, I fucking made it up. No, she said she loved it. In fact, she said she wants to start dating the president. This is how they're announcing their marriage. It's Spain, dude. They kiss as a hello and goodbye. Well, tell that to Hermoso and everyone else with eyes. I can't say I've ever seen a greeting or a goodbye like this, where you go up to someone, you grab their skull, and you fucking plant a mean smooch on it. without them wanting any part of that and obviously being very upset about it. And it's usually on the cheeks. He's been suspended. It'll bar Rubiales from all soccer-related activities at both the national and international level for the next 90 days while a disciplinary committee reviews the incident. He fully trusts FIFA and reiterates that in this way he is given the opportunity to begin his defense so that the truth prevails and his complete innocence is proven. The Federation said in a statement, "What do you mean? I watched it. Was this a premeditated, calculated marketing play or something? Like, what do you mean? The truth. What the fuck? We could all see him do it. What in the world? You're missing vital context. She grabbed his wiener. What was he supposed to do? It was free pizza. He didn't fuck her. She fucked him. This is an outrageous defense. There's not like more context. It's a 5-second clip and all of it happens within that 5 seconds. On Friday, the players from the Spanish national women's soccer team vowed to not play again until Rubiales and the other leaders stepped down. Oh, Jesus. That's pretty big. FIFA reiterates its absolute commitment to respect the integrity of all persons and therefore condemns with the utmost vigor any behavior to the contrary. Okay, well, ask him to step down then. Tell him he's got to go, Buster. Take a hike. Look at his other controversies. Is this something he's known for? A serial smoocher. Spanish football boss caught grabbing his crotch next to Queen and her underage daughter during his scandalous World Cup celebrations. What the fuck? He also apparently used the Federation's money for an orgy. Oh my god, I've got to look that up. If I just type in Luis Rubiales orgy, will it come up? Yes, it did. Luis Rubiales accused of hosting orgies with money from Spanish Football Federation. What? How did he get to keep his job from this? He used the Federation's money for orgies, and they're like, yeah, that's all right. Is he just the only one that's super open about it? Do they all use it for orgies? Luis Rubiales' name is increasingly being associated with scandal. This is in 2022, by the way. The president of the Spanish Football Federation was earlier forced to defend himself against the accusations of corruption in collaboration with Gerard Pique, and now the anti-corruption department is investigating him again. According to El Mundo, Rubiales has been accused of hosting private parties at a chalet in the region of Granada. He used Federation money to fund these parties at which 8 to 10 young girls would arrive at the chalet. They were expensed under the pretense of work event at which the closest members of his team were present. The accusing party is Juan Rubiales, his uncle and former chief of staff. Juan also headed his campaign for the presidency of the RFEF before he was sacked in 2022. Among the statements, he accused his nephew of hiring private investigators to follow head of Spanish Players Association David Agonzo and telling him that he needed to find a way of getting money out of the Federation. Why wouldn't they care about that? How does he keep his job? Because they were invited. Oh, good point. I'm sure most of you have heard of the carnivore diet by now. It's not exactly so much a diet anymore as it is just a full-blown personality that people adopt, a full lifestyle now where their whole identity is, I only eat meat. And oftentimes it consists of consuming a lot of raw meat. And I've always just been fascinated by this raw meat eating community because I just don't get how they're not like plagued by trichinosis and infested with countless tapeworms, like an absolute nightclub of tapeworms in their gut. Because for me, if I eat a potato chip that's one day past the sell-by date, I get sick. Like, I get an irpy stomach. But meanwhile, they're out there consuming fermented meat that they leave out in the sun until it becomes what they call high meat, which is literally just fucking rotted poison meat. And they'll just eat that and they're totally fine somehow. It blows my mind. But anyway, I'm getting carried away. The reason I'm talking about carnivores today is because there's one that's blowing up on TikTok right now because they've made a spectacle out of their meat eating. And make no mistake, this guy eats more meat than an Aiden Ross fan. He's posted like hundreds of TikToks now doing like these goofy meat eating stunts. And I call them stunts, but it's not like he's doing a backflip while eating a beef liver or something like that. The stunts he does is like, I'll cook a steak in a sink and then I'll eat it and shit like that. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of the content because it's been getting big on Twitter as well. I had to cut out the music, but it's him making this steak in a sink and then eating a stick of butter with it. It's revolting. I couldn't imagine a worse meal or an easier way of contracting some kind of foodborne illness. But this is the content. He is legitimately consuming that. He's not spitting it out, he seems to be enjoying it as if this is an average meal for him that makes his tummy smile. Like, it is mind-blowing. And don't you worry, of course this guy is going to be a member of the Clean Plate Club. He gets every morsel of food in there. I do want to point out that it's extremely possible and even highly likely that he didn't actually eat the steak that was being cooked by the hot water in the sink. We don't see him grab that steak and put it on the plate. He could have swapped that out for a normally cooked steak. But I mean, he still ate a full fucking stick of butter in that case, which is just a gross idea in and of itself. And I wanted to talk about it because not only is it just wild and wacky, but I'm also pretty sure the guy behind the account is very self-aware with what he's doing and he's just made it like his gimmick. But what's crazy is he's so committed to the bit in the character that he actually does eat raw testicles. He eats full sticks of butter. He actually consumes it. But I'm almost confident, like 100% confident, that he knows it's like a joke and he's playing a character. I've never seen someone do so much method acting in my life, if that is truly the case, if I'm correct about that. Like, he has made his carnivore diet more of like a freak show thing. So he's making testicle butter pops where he takes a raw testicle, puts a stick of butter in it, and bites it, for example.
Guys, if you have never had a testicle butter dog, you need to try this. Raw testicle with a little sliver of butter on the inside. There is seriously nothing better. This is going to give you all the signaling molecules to get you bucked up and the healthy fats, support your brain and your hormones. This is my favorite snack.
I'd also like to point out here that it's extremely possible he spit that out right after the TikTok finished. He just projectile vomited it out. We don't actually see him swallow it. I really do think, based on the way he talks and some of the things he says in the videos, that this whole thing is supposed to be a comedy persona that he's adopted and fucking giving his all to, out there at 110%. I'd like to give you an example on what I think is like the most obvious case of him kidding around with this whole thing, but it's very weird even still. Even if I'm right, it's still weird regardless. But this is a video he made where it's like some kind of bull penis snack.
Silly rabbit, Pizzles are for kids. Today we're making my favorite breakfast cereal, Pizzle-O's. This will have the kids begging for it. By now you guys know I'm a huge fan of bull pizzle recipes, so all you're going to do, you guys know this by now, you're going to put your penis in a pot of boiling water. And it's going to take a while, so be patient. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And before I do anything, I always rub my pee-pee with butter. And then you're going to cut it up nice and fine. Again, nobody wants to choke on the pizzle, so make sure they are nice and small. And this one still had a little junk in the tubes, but that's totally fine. It just adds to the flavor, and it just tastes so good, in my opinion. And once you're done, you're just going to add it to your bowl, and you can add a little bit of milk, but I like it straight. Let me know how you like this recipe.
I think it's super creepy that he keeps mentioning kids when talking about the penis snack, saying that the kids will be begging for it. I think that's super creepy regardless of the intention of the videos. But I do think this one is a clear demonstration that this is all supposed to be a bit because it's so over the top. Also, I think it's very important to notice that he made a cut. So he did have bull penis. He had that whole fucking bull wiener, and he did cut it up, put it in a bowl. But when he was digging around with the spoon, there was a cut right before he had the spoon in his mouth. So I think there's a very real case that he didn't actually eat any of it. So I do think there is a case to be made that quite a few of these videos he's made are fake and meant to troll. Like, maybe even taking the piss out of raw meat eating to a certain degree. There are some that he doesn't fake, though, which is why it's so odd, because there are some where he does eat tons and tons of meat, and he does, like, every time I've seen, finish a fucking stick of butter to himself, but maybe that's his superpower. He's like a fucking X-Men whose only mutation was the ability to polish off entire sticks of butter solo by itself. So, I mean, maybe he was just blessed with that ability. But regardless, some of them I am just going to call out. They're not real. We don't actually see him swallow a lot of the raw meat stuff, especially the raw testicle stuff. One of them is just deceptive, where we don't actually see him eat the pizzle O's or any of that. So some of them are fake, but not all of them.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a testicle? Well, that's what we're going to find out today, because we're making testy pops. These are testicle lollipops. All you need is a raw testicle, cut it up into 3 little bits. It's pretty simple, and this is very, very tasty. I personally love these. Lay them out on your parchment paper, and you're going to need some toothpicks and a little gloop of honey on each one. The kids are going to love these. Once you put enough honey on it, throw them in the freezer, and then you'll have the answer to how many licks does it take to get to the center of a testicle? Well,
Yeah, every time he mentions a penis recipe, he mentions kids with it. Every single time, pretty much. It's fucking weird. It's pretty disturbing. Now, in this case with the testicle pops, again, we don't see him swallow it. He does, take a lick of the old testicle pop, but I was expecting an old Tootsie Pop commercial where the kid gives it to an owl. How many licks to get to the center? A 1, a 2, a 3, and then takes a bite of it. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't actually swallow it, eat it, anything like that. He just puts it in his mouth for like a second. So again, I think this is a case of he probably spit it right out instantly afterward.
This is what happens when you eat 4 pounds of ground beef and sticks of butter every single day for months. And no, I'm not exaggerating. This is my carnivore diet dirty bulk. Starting out at 185 back in August, 3% body fat, visible abs. And this is me today at 205 pounds, feeling a little out of shape. But for the past 6 months, we have been way overeating. I'm talking sticks of butter wrapped in prosciutto, tablespoons of maple syrup on everything I eat multiple times a day, beef tongue on white rice, and these are all very nutrient dense foods. I was just overeating them for every single meal for months on end. And keep in mind, I really wasn't doing any weightlifting over this period. I was just doing a lot of rowing. Here's me out at lunch having a stick of butter. I would actually do this.
This is another one that showcases, like, there are times where he legitimately does consume the food that's on his plate. Like, that 3 pounds of beef and a full stick of butter, he does eat all of that. And he doesn't have a beverage. He makes sure to point that out, saying no bev. And he's right. He doesn't have anything to lubricate the gears there. He just straight up eats all of that. And then he does shove a stick of butter right down his gullet in public. The confidence to do something like that is almost admirable. But then there is an example of one where he doesn't swallow. That's the butter wrapped in raw meat or whatever. I already forgot what it was. But like, that's another one where we don't see him like actually eat that or anything. So I don't know. I feel like there are real videos in here, but sprinkled throughout there are the more outrageous ones where he's clearly not actually finishing those. Like, those are all put on for the sake of the quick TikTok, and that's it. Like the Pizzolos, I'm going to harp on quite heavily because there is a cut. We don't actually ever even see him eat a Pizzle-O. So he probably faked that entire one right there. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about him a little bit because it's still fascinating. If this is all a character and a gimmick, that I think it is, because a lot of the videos seem a little more blatant than others. There's one where he's talking about like taking Trin and shit that's clearly like very tongue-in-cheek. But there are some where it's like, maybe this guy actually does eat this way. It's just a very interesting situation that I thought was at least worth mentioning. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. I've been debating talking about this topic for the last couple of days, but it's such an awful situation I really didn't want to. I was hoping that it would have settled down by now, but it's only been getting more popular, so I figured I might as well at least discuss it before it gets fully out of control. Right now, the worst content creators on YouTube are getting millions of views and making thousands of dollars by following one disgusting, shameful trend. And I know that sounds like one of those old banner ads on porn sites. This ugly piece of shit's fucking hot moms in your area, and you can too. Doctors hate him. Click here to find out how. But unlike those ads, I'm not making this up or exaggerating. Right now, there are tons of degenerate loser scumbags that are trying to use the passing of Technoblade as a way of gaining subscribers and making lots of money, either by clickbaiting videos with Technoblade in the title, or by making 10 or 20 plus videos all about the passing of Technoblade. in order to get the maximum juice for the squeeze from the AdSense. It's so disgusting and shameful. It's fucking vile. I'm certain all of you have heard by now, but just in case, Technoblade was a very large creator on YouTube. He had a massive audience and was a very influential and inspirational creator to a lot of people and channels. And unfortunately, he passed away recently. His father made a heartbreaking video going over the whole situation, and it's just been really sad. So obviously a lot of people on the internet have been mourning the loss of Technoblade. However, there's been some extremely twisted, sick fucks that have tried to use this situation as a way of financially gaining. It's like some actual villain shit. Like Mr. Krabs with dollar signs in his eyes once they saw that Technoblade passed. They immediately started making videos on it, clickbaiting him, and really trying their best to capitalize off the passing of an absolutely great person. I'm not going to show you very many of them because obviously a lot of it is just done for the attention, like the rage clicks. They just want to farm as many views off it as possible, so I'm only going to show a couple here. This first example comes from a channel named It's Owen, and of course this video they posted isn't real, it's just clickbait. And I was actually familiar with this channel before they posted this video, because this channel was notorious for dog shit clickbait. He'd constantly post things like, I met Mr. Beast and he was very mean to me, even spit on me, parentheses, very rude. Or, Mr. Beast forgot to stop recording and his wiener fell out, yucky. Oh, and then also some shit like, a fan asked PewDiePie for an autograph and ended up in the hospital because PewDiePie beat him within an inch of his life, parentheses, not nice at all. Just awful garbage. I have more respect for shit stains in a gas station urinal than I do for Owen, but at least there's a happy ending here because Owen did get banned for this, and he's whining on Twitter about it right now. He checks in almost hourly to see if YouTube's decided to overturn their decision, and we can only pray they don't. Justice has at least been somewhat served with Owen being off the platform, but from what I understand, he actually has another account, or even a couple other accounts. Going back on his Twitter timeline, it seems like he has a side hustle of creating YouTube accounts, posting absolutely abominable clickbait on them in order to gain subscribers quickly, and then selling those accounts, as well as the play buttons associated with them. I will say though, I am a little bit skeptical of the Twitter account here because it only has 560 followers despite the YouTube channel having almost 4 million. But I could also see why it wouldn't have any followers since his content is only clickbait that people click on for 10 seconds and then leave. Even like 4-year-old toddler baby brains on autoplay. And then they'll just accidentally subscribe. So they wouldn't exactly follow him to Twitter. And he is having like a dialogue with YouTube, so I'm assuming this is the legitimate account. His newest post is also super embarrassing. It just says new bitch with him pinching a girl's ass. I don't know how people get delusional enough like this to think that these pictures are cool. I guess in his head he thought this was pure epic style flex, but in reality he just looks really goofy and silly. He's wearing a fucking hat that says icon on it, despite no one knowing who he is. He is a faceless clickbaiter. And I wouldn't be surprised if this girl has no idea who he is. He just convinced her, like clickbaited her, into thinking that he was the brother of Napoleon Dynamite. But of course, Owen isn't alone in being this shameless. Yes, he was a massive hemorrhoid that YouTube has thankfully removed, but there's still plenty more plaguing the butthole of the platform. I'm not going to show many others, but there are a ton of other YouTubers that are making content just like Owen did that he got banned for, clickbaiting the passing of Technoblade. Now let me move on to the next big channel that I'd like to show you. This is Dream SMP Official, except it's not official, and it's just doing the best it can to monetize the passing of Technoblade. They have posted 25 Technoblade videos since his passing.
My heart goes out to his family and loved ones. Hug those that are close to you. Tell the ones that you love them.
That's the content that he's posting around the passing of Technoblade. A screenshot of Dream SMP member posts being read by text-to-speech. And he posts a video on it and monetizes it. He has made thousands of dollars from this over just the last 4 or 5 days. And I believe Microsoft Sam is entitled to at least a good portion of that because he's got text-to-speech working overtime on this shit. Posted 25 videos on the passing of Technoblade. And this is operated by one person whose name is Runalong. and they were confronted in Discord about it. This is confirmed to be run by Runalong because if you click the Twitter associated with his account, it goes to his Twitter and the Discord. So it is not actually owned and operated by Dream SMP. It is just someone that's piggybacking off it and profiting big time. So in a Discord interaction, a user says, why don't you have the charity link to the side? Like, look at this video by Techno. And they mention the feature where you can add fundraisers to videos, which immediately put a donation option for viewers, which is right to the side of the video. It's used by a lot of people. And when asked about this, Runalong says, people can donate with or without it. I'm still giving a portion of my money away. Going a bit deeper, he says that he'll provide screenshots as well when he receives it. To which they respond, but I have another question. Why so many videos about Techno? I counted 17, so this is probably like 4 hours old because he's already posted an additional 8 videos since this interaction. I understand it's important in breaking news, but 17 is so many. He says, the more I get, the more I can give back. And to which they respond, and the more goes into your own pocket too. Which is absolutely correct. Since he's only giving a portion away, the more videos he makes taking advantage of Techno's passing, which is such a fucked up thing to even say out loud, the more he does that, the more money he is making. And yeah, I suppose by extension, the more money he gives away to charity, assuming he even does that, which I highly doubt. But regardless, this is dog shit. Every person right now, YouTube commentators who have made 9 or 10 videos on Techno's passing, all of them are hiding behind this, I'm giving the money to charity though, so I'm a good guy thing. All of them are using it as a way of deflecting criticism, when in reality it's blatantly obvious all of them are vultures trying to use this situation as a way of gaining subscribers and engagement. That's just the pure, factual meat of it right there. There is no way of justifying making 9 or 10 or 25 videos on a tragic situation like the Technoblade situation. There's just no way of ever convincing me that what you're doing actually has a noble cause. There's one commentator in particular who's been in some hot water recently, being called out by a lot of different channels. I'm not going to show them because, again, mainly they do these things for attention and just cheap clicks, and plus I don't want anyone to go over and harass them or anything. But they've posted, I believe, 9 or 10, maybe even 11 videos all on Techno, and they have been trying to take this high road of all of the money that these are generating is going to charity. And then they gave an update saying, we've raised like $1,000 for charity thanks to these videos. But the videos have like, in total, like 3 million views. So bare minimum, that should be like 2.5 to 3K. So they're already being disingenuous with what they're actually making off the situation. All of them are using this as a way of milking a very great YouTuber's unfortunate passing. And they know it, the audience knows it, but they're trying their absolute best to spin it in a way that helps them sleep at night or doesn't make them look like an irredeemable piece of shit to their audience. As this was rendering, I think it's only fair that I mention that the YouTuber I'm referencing posted a video showing that they donated 3K to the charity in the Technoblade tribute. The videos actually earned about 2.7K, which he showed, and then he put in an extra 300 of his own money to get to 3K. And that's cool, that's good, money going to charity. But it doesn't at all change my opinion of him or what he was doing. It doesn't matter if you give every penny that those videos generate to a charity, because that's not the only way you're profiting from the situation. This commentary channel I just mentioned has gained 16,000 subscribers over the last 4 days, where usually they experience 1,000 subscribers per month. So in 4 days, they have 16x'd their normal monthly gain. That's fucking wild. What are you gonna do? Start donating subscribers to a charity as well to make up for it? You're not the good guy, no matter how hard you pretend to be. It's more than just profiting like actual dollars from AdSense. You have gained so many subscribers off of this situation. And even if all of the videos were not monetized, like if all of the Dream SMP videos weren't monetized, all 25 of them had no monetization at all, same with the commentary videos, even if none of them were monetized, you are still directly putting your mouth on the teats of this and milking it and capitalizing off of it. It's always great to celebrate a donation to a good cause, but that doesn't mean you have to celebrate the person that did it. Now, I want to make it clear before things get mixed up here, I don't think there's anything wrong with making a video on Technoblade, like a tribute to Technoblade, talking about them, going over what they meant to you, as well as just the internet as a whole. I think all of that's very positive and wholesome and can be great. And donating the money that those videos make through AdSense to charity is even better. But there is never a situation where you're gonna do that 8, 9, 10 times, genuinely. Like, there's just no reason for it. That's milking it. That's taking advantage of it for your own personal gain. There's being respectful, and then there's being shameful. And it's very clear where most of these fall. Videos like what I just showed you from Dream SMP, from Owen, as well as touched on from commentators, where it's exceeding like this crazy amount of content all surrounding a tragedy, that's absolutely milking it and being disrespectful. And while we're already on this topic, there's another really awful trend that I want to bring up in this same general ballpark, and this happens with every celebrity passing ever on YouTube. There's always going to be those children that come from loveless, broken homes that'll make a video talking about why it's a good thing the celebrities died, or summoning that dead celebrity at 3 a.m., or they're in hell, burning in hell, all of that awful, disgusting shit. That's unfortunately been happening with Technoblade, and a lot of people have been posting that content all around the internet, and people have been sharing it in order to go to the video and leave hate messages, and that's exactly what they want from you. The reason those videos get made is for those hate messages in the comments. They're done in order to get quick views from people that are outraged by the content. They're doing it as outrage bait to farm engagement that way. So the best thing to do with that is completely ignore it. That's existed for a few years now in like a big way, and it's probably going to continue to exist, and the only thing you can do is not go over there to give them any sort of attention at all. It'll eventually just die out once they realize no one gives a fuck about them. They're faceless losers in real life, but online they can have some kind of presence by making people mad at them, and that attention is the only thing that gives them some level of comfort in life. It's sad, it's pathetic, but you have to just be strong enough to resist the temptation to insult them on the video, because by going to that video, giving them that view, giving them that comment, you're doing exactly what they want from you. So I just wanted to put that out there. I hate that shit, but you have to just ignore it. I think that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today with this awful trend going around on YouTube. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. This Twitch streamer hasn't cleaned his room since 2005. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's like a landfill.
Hours of content.
Oh my god.
When
You're
you
not gonna
had
be
the
able to do
green
this in
screen
one
on, I could
night.
hear heaps of trash when you walked out. That
So-
used to be mac and cheese.
He doesn't look that old. How has he not cleaned his room since 2005? Like, he'd be living at his parents' house for sure. They just let it ride? There's rats and maggots in there? Oh, no doubt.
On the other
Yeah.
side of the rooms.
Here's my setup, right?
His
This
setup's
is where I play video games.
relatively clean.
And then right there,
compared to
over
the
here,
rest.
that's my door. And then that's the trash. And this is all.
He's even got like a box light here. He's like, I want to make sure my streaming setup is optimized, so I'll get a box light. I won't clean up the trash, but I'll get a box light and an Elgato. Man's got professional lighting at the local landfill. Priorities. Now we're cooking.
Never mind, I'm not opening
His
the
room
door.
is more radioactive than the elephant's foot.
What a nice setup.
What a specific reference. That's a Chernobyl reference.
Fuck. Yeah. That's
And
not a
then there's-
snack box. That's
There's
like
the actual
fucking
snack
food
box.
on a
And
goddamn
there's all the
pedestal.
That's
food
a-
from the snack box.
So he had the snack box is a fishing tackle box here. So he fucking filled a fishing tackle box full of snacks, ate most of the snacks, and then buried it like pirate's treasure.
Oh wow! Look at all the MRE packaging.
Yeah. Dude,
What? He eats MREs? Oh my god! Wait, that's amazing. Yeah. Why? Why MREs? What the fuck what is happening? Is he like a government operative by the U.S. military to see how messy one man can be for 14 years?
Oh come on, dude! You just started. Let's go.
I just
Keep
started.
going. Keep
I
going.
saw piss
He's
bombs.
This is a good friend. Whoever's in this call right now is a great friend.
There's a piss bottle, Dad.
It's fucking compacted like fucking sandstone, dude. It's like fucking sandstone. I had reached up under that shit.
Oh my god.
I won't put it in the Discord. Discord's scary.
So why? I don't get it. Why is he choking now? He lives in this. He has lived in this for 14 years. Why all of a sudden now is he repulsed by it and choking and coughing? Did he give himself black lung like Zoolander? Like now he just has like permanently scarred lungs or something? Oh, because he's stirring it up? Yeah, but it wouldn't matter, right? Because he has a fucking piss bottle. He has a jug of urine. Right? Like that's gonna stink to high heaven no matter what you do. Like the only thing I could think of is that he like routinely sprays Lysol in order to mask the smell, but it seems like he sleeps here. Right? So that's gonna run out at some point. It's just baffling because it's his room. Like he puts his feet on this sticky, yucky floor, unless he props it up on garbage, like the king of filth or something.
Imagine you wake up and you smell my room, and you open your eyes and you see my room every day.
Dude.
Sounds like
yeah,
paradise.
gamer.
How did
Wow, look
Max
at
even
that.
Get there. No, don't show that on.
Did you think I green screened because you think it increases my production value or something? I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm a zero viewer Andy, so you can't see my fucking room.
Unironically, kind of genius. So it looks like he puts a green screen up to hide the trash heap behind him. Fucking galaxy brain. Actually smart. Like, why even clean? I'll just put up a clean, cool background.
Dude.
I'm gonna.
There's a whole
Dude,
pot of
if
macaroni
you see me
still
run
behind
off of
him.
Cam, like inexplicably, it's because I'm.
He has so much mac and cheese. There's mac on the floor. This dude's diet is nothing but mac and cheese and Monster. Holy shit. Kraft must have loved this guy. What? So, why put it in the trash bag at all? What was so special that he decided to actually bag up? Because most of it's just mac and cheese pots and trash on the floor. This must be like some sentimental garbage. It didn't make it to the dumpster, but it still had somewhat of a journey. There was some care given to these. Oh,
My room
recyclables.
is
Oh,
dead.
right.
Fuck anybody.
Right.
You know when you take a piss and you forget to flush the toilet and you come back the next day, so you spray Febreze on it? It's that smell. Just imagine.
What is that story?
Jesus, dude, that's fucking. Ugh.
Imagine, or no, you know when you go to take a piss and you forget to flush it, so you come back the next day and spray Febreze on it. Nobody does that. Just flush it. Why would I spray Febreze on my pee-peed toilet? There's no human being on the goddamn planet that would do that. You just flush. Like, it's more work to spray it.
Here's some more just fucking.
Oh my god.
Stop. Okay, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna stop.
Look at that. Yum, yum, yum.
It's like a chimney.
Yummy. Alright, so how did
So
it
many
get to this
pots.
stage? Basically, I moved into this house in like 2004, 2005, and I didn't clean it. And now it's this bad. Oh, there's a fucking spider. Holy
Oh, I'd love to see the rest of the house.
fuck.
Kill
Die,
it.
son of a...
Kill it. Test.
I would love to see the rest of this house. Oh, thank god. Take me on a tour.
Test. Oh my god.
Well, the kitchen's somewhat
Christ,
clean.
What the fuck?
Like,
Oh,
relatively
it's a clean
speaking.
house. Look at that. Holy shit.
Aw.
Yo. Okay, Bodhi, relax.
Honestly, just move.
Hire
Fuck
a
it.
cleaning crew for him. What do I look like? His fucking mom? Get up and clean now. Get up.
He's
and
making
clean
good
now.
progress.
That hurts.
Rat,
I don't
rat.
wanna.
Do it.
A little bit of black
No,
mold in
don't
there.
show it.
Isn't
Don't
that-
show it.
There
Don't
it
show
is,
it.
dude.
Don't.
That is the same pot he has shown 3 times. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. This man keeps picking up this pot and setting it back down. Just throw it away.
Don't. Bro,
It's
you
a
are doing
trophy.
the bare minimum. Dude, he's doing something. You're sitting there on your fucking computer typing shit in his chat. Fuck off.
Not
Stop
cleaning
weird
your
chipping me,
chip.
chat. Shut
No.
He fucking set that goddamn pot down again. Is this the same one? No, this is different. Nope, here it is. That's the same fucking pot. How many times is he gonna pick this goddamn thing up and still set it back down? Why? Just throw it away. He's so wept in the pot. I guess it's just like a permanent fixture. No, there's no cleaning it. You can't clean that. It's fucking stained with years of sin. Just get rid of it. There's no reason to try and salvage any of these pots. It's full of fucking black mold and other residue and bacteria and shit.
What do we have to say about that fucking?
Wow,
the
what a
fuck
time
that's
lapse. Or
ensuing
not
right in
time
front of
lapse,
us?
time jump. The rest of his house is
That's not his
moderately
cat. There's no way that's
organized.
his cat, dude. There is no way that's his cat. All right, DC.
Finally, he's moving the pot.
You should have seen the look on his fucking face, dude. Holy fuck.
Put the pot in the box.
He did IRL.
How long has he been cleaning, I wonder? They said 4 hours.
Holy fuck.
But that was a while ago.
What is it? Is it a dead rat?
No, it's...
Yeah, it was a dead rat! No way! That was actually a dead rat, dude! Yo, clip it! Clip it and chip it, boys!
It's
I
not
didn't
a dead
see
rat.
it.
It's about 100 dead maggots.
Oh no, dude! Oh shit!
It definitely wasn't a rat. Rats are big. I would have
Yo,
noticed
what
it.
the fuck?
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna... Alright.
Oh, gross.
There's still so much room in that bag. Oh, you
There's a couple
amateur.
maggots in the corner.
Terrible.
It still is fucking terrible. What are you talking about?
It used to be so much worse.
He's made
This is
so much
6 hours
progress
of
in one
work
day.
Later, man. We already saw LMFAO.
6 hours. Definitely has bed bugs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but bed bugs aren't necessarily the result of trash, right? I don't think, like, dirt around a bed creates bed bugs. I don't exactly know what does, though.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
How fast can you go, chat? Chat, how fast can you go? How
Holy
fast can you go, chat?
shit.
Hurry up. You guys are taking too fucking long. What is that? Is that fucking like poop?
Yeah, it's
It's
maggots.
it's like maggots and
Dude,
lice.
get that out of there. You ever
The
get, like, a
lice are
fucking
even
bug,
confused
like,
in this
crawl on your
filth.
fucking face in the middle of the night.
Yeah, like
They can't
the
find his
lizard
hair.
spider in our bed, man. Boys, we've discovered pizza.
Let's go! Oh, they didn't show the finished product. Oh, here, this is his channel. Jesus Christ. He's really cruising. Also, this is wildly sped up. He's like a ghost moving through the frame. Holy shit. It's like a strobe light. Little Caesar's box. That's just a thing of chocolate milk that he stole from the cafeteria. He's the Flash. Yeah, this is like that Quicksilver scene from the X-Men movie. This had to be the dirtiest room on Twitch. Bar none. Like, nothing else even comes close. I would be super curious, though. There should be, like, a Twitch-wide competition to see who has the filthiest fucking room. But it needs to be spontaneous so people don't game it. It's gotta be, like, authentic grease and grime. I wonder how many trash bags he went through. It couldn't have been less than 200. Probably, no, it was probably like 300 plus. Oh, he brought in a helper. Now they're tag teaming it. There was no way to solo that pile, so that was the right call. Oh, don't tell me you're done. Wait, what? There's still a whole closet of filth back here. But I do appreciate that he brought in a rowing machine. That's pretty sweet, actually. That's cool. Clean the closet. What the fuck? Are we just gonna ignore that? Oh, that's gonna bother me if you don't clean it. I'm gonna be if you don't clean that. You are right next to it. I'm gonna be upset if you don't clean that. Come on, Junior. Oh my god, he's just gonna let it ride. At least shut the fucking door. Oh my lord. Just Christ. Out of sight, out of mind. He came all this way. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, much better. Much better. Yeah, he was like 95% of the way there and then called it quits for a minute. He took like a whole week off. Alright, now I'm satisfied. They didn't even show the finished product? What? Alright. I'll use my imagination. They really did do a great job, though. Hopefully it stayed clean. What was his name? Jägermeister? Let's see. Oh, wow. We'll never know. His last stream was 4 years ago. Wait, that can't be. The math doesn't even check out. This whole experience was 3 years ago. I'm assuming it just doesn't save the VODs. His description is, I'm the trash man. Nice.
Where I got rid of him.
How is that possible? This is... I don't get it. This is less than a year. How could it have accumulated this much filth? I don't get it. What the fuck went wrong? Probably COVID. Bro, it is January 8th, 2020. Unless this guy was stockpiling to hibernate through all of COVID, there is no way that it should have ended up like this. I don't know how Season 2 is somehow more dirty. This guy must just like buy houses from hoarders and then set up a streaming computer. I don't get it. How is that even possible? But with the big Twitch purge, it looks like it didn't survive. This is an impressive amount of trash to build up in less than a year, though. Like, he was really working for it. I am a hoarder, help. Let me just take a quick survey here. Hoarding's the right word for it. It's not filthy. This looks like sealed products. Mostly. So this is just a lot of clutter.
Living room.
Okay, this side's a lot worse. Okay, so Domino's pizza box. I think this is a massage chair flipped upside down. I don't know, if some weird fucking apparatus to sit in. This is a road worker's uniform. I don't know what that's there for. I guess they shook him down for his clothes to throw in the house for fun. A nuisance, but it's not like revolting. No one's gonna come in here and like puke like they would if they went to XQC's room or Jägermeister's or Asmund's. This is just one of those things where it's like, ugh, what a headache.
Have you seen Hoarders, the TV show? Mm-hmm. A lot of it's from.
I like that
Mail,
answer.
You can see,
what are these? Official trading cards, but why? Was it like an investment gone wrong? Pokemon cards are blowing up, so why not these? The streaming room's pretty clean. Oh, never mind. I didn't even see all this down here. Okay. So this is less hoarding. This is less like hoarding clutter and more human waste. So a lot of food and drink shit. This is like a carton of milk. That's hype.
E-fuel cans, to shoes, to plates, to
okay, yeah.
U2s, and a dead Pepe the Frog.
So his spot is pretty
There's
gross.
just a lot of trash in here, Papa. Yes. We'd get these boxes, and then we just store shit in them.
Why?
Yep.
Why would you do that though? Yeah, I love I love Olive Garden, so I'll get takeout and I'll keep the box. Just in case I ever need it. That's such a weird thought process. Like, it's nice to have boxes, I guess, but why tiny Hard Rock boxes? Just get yourself like an actual box. Wow.
This is just Lego. So
what the fuck? Alright, this closet's fucking awesome. Alright. It's not just Lego, by the way. You have Connects right here. So don't disrespect Connects. I used to love Connects. So, what? But why? He doesn't build them. He just collects the Lego boxes. I guess just for fun? Like, just to hoard all the Legos so kids can't have them? Just as a fuck you?
I don't know why, Papa, do you shit a lot? This is your toilet. Look how many shit
What the fuck is that?
Why is there a fucking milkshake here as well? Then, moving further...
Alright, so his dad is definitely the grosser one here. The man just piles up toilet paper rolls and a milkshake. You can't even use this sink. Alright, so this one's pretty gross. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. This is yucky.
There's old blood all over it because I cut my finger. I think you can see one blood in here as well. Yeah, here on the wall you can see some of the blood.
Didn't even bother to wipe it? Like once?
Yeah. You see? It's blood.
Like a fucking crime scene.
Yeah, it's blood.
Oh my god.
There.
So this is where he opens all of the CSGO trading cards. Man just wakes up after a wet dream. He's like, fuck, let me see if I can pull a simple card. Spends 2 hours just throwing the wrappers off to the side. So this is like a Halloween department store. He's got a cool mask. Some suitcases. I don't even know what this is. Sealed board games? What is this? Settlers of Catan or something? What is this over here? Oh, you can't even see it. That's so much fucking milk. These are all milk, right? I can't read it. It's kind of blurry, but I'm pretty sure this is all fucking milk. Oh my god, that's so rancid. Oh my lord. At least, if there's any compliments I can pay to the other battle stations, at the very least, it was sodas. So those will like mold and shit and get gross, but the milk curdling and spoiling is so much fouler. Whoa. But yeah, his bones must be strong as fuck. There's no way the two of them do it themselves. They hire a professional or something. I just don't believe it. This is too much for just two men.
We see some progress. I'm not sure if you look more like a German gimp or if you look like an executioner from the 1600s. We're still sorting the things half an hour later. It is going decently. I think Papa's gonna fall asleep soon. Papa, since
I can't believe they're actually gonna try and two-man this.
You can have a beer. This is a fan.
That's so
beer,
admirable.
So we appreciate it. It is. Maybe we're gonna get rid of it, probably. But
They're not even cleaning. They're just kind of playing.
Yeah,
They're just hanging out.
No? Here's the progress so far. After 3...
What fucking progress? All they've done is move a couple of boxes and play with the fucking latex suit and giraffe costume. There is no progress here. And then they kicked back for a brewski. But I respect it. I like that. I like that grind.
He's a little sick now because apparently he is allergic to dust.
I got pink eyes from all your shit.
Yes. So
It actually does look like he has pink eye. He probably doesn't, but for some reason, to me, it does look like he's got it. It's probably from putting on all the shit, and he ate like a 15-year-old expired gummy out of nowhere. He's such a good sport. Bro, I would absolutely not help.
finally, we have a use for my hoard trash. Life hack 101.
Again, like, it's just... Maybe it's just me, but it doesn't seem like they've made progress. All they've done is they moved the trash a little further inland. Like, they're parting the sea like Moses here. They're not actually moving anything and getting anything out. Besides that box that his dad painstakingly dragged to the garage. They're just, like, relocating the trash to other parts of the apartment. Why is he making his dad do this when this is unholy? But I do respect he's got some Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster tins here. So he's got like this wild mosh podge of cards from CSGO trading cards to Yu-Gi-Oh! To Pokemon all over the place. But luckily this isn't like the actual hazardous biological waste from the other side of his room.
Gaming room.
Is he doing like whippets or something when he's streaming? Why is there just like aerosol cans here? Or maybe it's not aerosol and it's just blurry and I can't tell.
A lot of milk, Papa.
Yeah, here it is. So much milk.
Look how deep my foot goes. It expired
Oh, God.
the 25th of May. So I want you to open this one and have a smell.
Don't. You're better than this, Pop Anomaly. Oh, God. Bro, he just does anything his son asks him to. Can you rub this spoiled milk in your eyes, Papa? It'll be great content. Oh, yes, it will, of course.
It's a fermented one. This one is from May.
Finely aged milk, then.
Just thinking about it makes me almost fucking puke. Open it. Look what's inside.
Don't. Why would you do that?
4, 5.
You
Number
know what's
6,
inside.
number
It's
7.
spoiled milk.
These are small ones. So
There's not gonna be like some kind of mystery surprise inside of the 15-year-old milk. Like, oh god, I wonder what treasure fucking leprechaun left in here, like the pot of gold. There's gonna be something good in here. This is such a wild station. This one's pretty bad. It started off as just normal hoarding clutter and quickly devolved.
why is it so black? Wait, get your flashlight. What the fuck is that, bro?
What do you mean, what is that? It's mold. That's mold. It's not like the portal to the upside down or anything. It's just mold. You know, like that's just kind of how things will go.
Linda, what the fuck?
So many goodies. It's like a flea market. Jesus Christ. How much fucking costuming shit does he have here?
Do you play hockey?
Oh, I want to see like an overview of the room real quick while we're still here. Like again, can't see the whole room, but just going off of this, they're not really getting rid of anything except for his desk with like the old milk and shit. But all the other shit, they're just moving elsewhere. It's like that SpongeBob episode with the dirty diapers. Like they're just hiding it. Like they're just hiding the filth in the apartment still. Like it doesn't seem like anything's actually leaving. You can actually see the floor now. Yeah, in some places, but now this side, which wasn't that bad when we came in. These tables were pretty empty when we came in. Now they're full of shit. Just trash. They just pushed it all over here. They picked up Bikini Bottom and moved it over there.
Mask.
I think it is. Oh, and here's a bicycle pump. I can have that.
I don't think that's a bicycle pump. Ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it's like a Slipknot concert. Alright, that shirt is hype. They cannot get rid of that shirt. That shirt is fucking hype. Surfing on the internet. Right at your fingertips. That's iconic. That is fire.
I give you that one.
That's why I'm throwing it away.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Now,
Don't even joke about that.
It's like 2 days. You can see Papa's eye is looking a little
Thanks for
weird.
5 gift
Now,
subs,
apparently
Evil.
we
Thank you,
just
man.
found out that Papa is apparently allergic to dust. You can look into your eye. Wait, look.
What do you mean we just found out? We have known he's been allergic for dust for the last 2 days that he has been in the trenches cleaning this bitch. This is not new information. He said it on day 1. We knew this. This was information that was readily available off rip for us.
Up. Open your eye. Oh my god.
Holy
I don't know what
shit.
happened. Maybe Papa very dust allergic or something, or someone in the fan mail actually sent anthrax.
Yeah.
And we are going to go to the hospital now.
You know what? I think chat's right. I think what happened here is after putting on the fucking latex BDSM kit for the 12th time, maybe some of the old goo and gunk that was left in there has penetrated his eyes and fucked him up. Like, that wasn't cleaned beforehand. And this man went in there like 8 times into those things. He was trying on every mask and hat like he was in like a Dillard's.
And we are going to make the final touches to the...
What do you mean? This is exactly what I'm saying. Look at this fucking living room. All of the mess that was there when we started is still there. It is just in a different corner. The fucking treadmill is still erected in the middle of this room for no reason. There's still boxes of fucking trash everywhere. The only thing is, instead of being on the left side, it is now all on the right side.
Yeah! You can already see that there's a living room that's supposed to be here. And this just took like 5 days. So now we just...
Hey, only 500 more and the apartment might be fully clean.
Huge carpet!
Yes?
After literally like 3 weeks, I think we are finally...
Oh,
done.
that's...
So go on, follow along.
They hired a
I did the
professional.
house tour when I
Yeah,
first
I
moved
knew
in.
they
This
would.
shit looks amazing,
Yeah, I
Papa.
knew that.
Look at how clean everything is.
I think it's smart. There was no way they were doing it themselves.
Oh, Papa, fridge, you can see. G Fuel in my
Yeah,
fridge.
absolutely
So,
had
let's
a
go to the
professional.
bedroom, Papa.
Let's do
But they did a great job. Didn't really focus on the floor that much, which was the actual major problem spot. They just kind of like
We
blasted by it.
actually have a floor which we can...
But yeah, they clearly cleaned it up. There's no cans or milk
Step-
left here.
stand on.
Jesus, that's a 6 monitor setup. What in tarnation? What could you possibly be doing that requires 6 monitors? Is he like the architect from The Matrix? Good lord. Opening 6 cases at once. True. Does Anomaly still do those massive case openings? I haven't seen him do it in a while.
Different room in here. Like,
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it is a whole different room in here.
look here. Insane. Not a single piece of trash. It's
You want to know what the dead giveaway is that a pro did this? It's not even like the actual degree of cleanliness that they were able to accomplish here. It's the bed. The bed is what tells me a pro did this. Because when we came in here initially, he was sleeping on a bare mattress with the cover not even on it. Right? But now this has what looks to be like a comforter as well. They absolutely had a pro come in here. They set it up with like a good bed and everything. So yeah, this is straight up paid actor shit. But they were never going to clean this place by themselves. It's also the cleaning equipment in the room. Oh, was there cleaning equipment? I didn't even see it.
of cleaning. A great job.
We did.
The funny thing is, we didn't actually do much of the cleaning at all. It's only Linda that did all the cleaning.
Oh, okay,
We
that
take
makes even
all
more
the
sense
credit
then.
for it.
Yes, because we're men.
Yes.
Okay, that makes so much sense. I thought a professional, but it makes even more sense that he wouldn't have even bothered spending the money on the professional. That money spent on a professional is better spent on the CSGO cases, I guess. I feel so bad for Linda. That's so rough. That was, what a massive undertaking. Holy shit. I have no doubt that probably did take 3 fucking weeks. God, that was that was actually a wild adventure. I did not expect that to be that dirty. Because it started off kind of innocent with just clutter, and then it quickly devolved into absolute sin. But they got it together. Linda saved the day. I'm pretty sure his shit is messy again. So yeah, that seems to be a common theme. What was the quote? You can clean the room, but you can't clean the habit? Or something? I don't know. Some stupid, profound statement like that. So it seems like most people who end up with like a room that filthy, when it's clean, will just go right back to it. I'll just say it out loud with my whole chest. I love learning about useless, meaningless internet drama. It's one of those things where I spend an embarrassing amount of time reading every little niche tiff that a community has, going to every single facet of the internet, learning about what kind of controversy or what drama is happening over there. If I spent that same amount of time that I do reading about internet drama and instead spent that time learning useful skills, I would have been able to master like 5 different skills right now, like some really cool special things like juggling and clogging. But instead, I just learn about nonsense. It's my main vice, and it's more addicting than heroin, and I recognize that it's a pathetic hobby. It'd be less embarrassing if I just made fursuits in my spare time than read about internet drama. But regardless, the reason I'm talking about it today is because I recently watched Wavy Web Surf's new video on YouTubers that are in prison, and I was confident that I would know everyone that he was about to speak on, and I did know all of them except one. And that surprised me because the one I didn't know is really a fucked up situation that I feel most people probably weren't aware of, because when I look up this person's name, there's only one channel that's ever really talked about them at length, and that was Philip DeFranco. Now, Philip DeFranco talks about something Pay Money Wubby talked about, which was the really weird fetish of breastfeeding videos on YouTube, where it clearly wasn't educational and they weren't breastfeeding their kids for the sake of like getting them nutrients, you know, like the actual biological function of breastfeeding. They were filming this because it was fetish content to some really sick weirdos that were watching it. So he was focusing on the entire depraved community and only briefly mentioned the person we're about to talk about, Lee Felton. Lee Felton was once a piano teacher, but after her husband left her and her child, she then got desperate for money and started posting breastfeeding videos on YouTube that were clearly meant to be sexual. For those that don't know, YouTube has always had an exception to their nudity policy if the content is educational. And they used to have that for artistic expression as well, but that started getting abused. A lot of people recognized a loophole there where you could claim anything was artistic and then just have full nudity on YouTube. I remember a couple of classic bangers, such as the girl who opened a can of SpaghettiOs with her pussy and then like dumped the SpaghettiOs on the floor and called it modern art, or the absolute timeless masterpiece of the older woman who dressed in a morph suit but then cut the pussy out. So she'd just have her vagina on full display, and then she had a man pick her up and carry her around while she peed everywhere in a circle. So that was hype. And eventually YouTube recognized that this was getting abused, so they don't really have that exception for artistic nudity anymore, at least not like they used to, but it does still exist for educational content. So things like how to administer a breast exam, or like how to do a Brazilian wax. If you look up that kind of shit, you can find full nudity because it's people trying to educate, even though a lot of people will recognize there's bad actors here, once again just using that educational loophole for porn on the platform. But the point is, and there's also naked yoga on YouTube, fully nude yoga that they claim is educational on poses and how the human body reacts to the poses. I'm getting sidetracked. There is a loophole for nudity on the platform as long as it's educational. And Lee Felton, it took advantage of that. She started making this breastfeeding content where she just had her titties out and she'd have her child being breastfed. And she made a lot of content like that and then started to recognize that her audience wasn't women trying to learn how to breastfeed. It was creepy, absolute fucking worms that were watching her to jerk off. It was sexual. So she started to lean into it.
Lee reportedly made breastfeeding videos where she rubbed herself and her child down in oil and shoved her breasts in the baby's face. Lee would give her videos titles akin to something you might find on an adult website. Titles such as Slip and Slide and Mommy's a Whore. Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ is right. So Lee Felton turned to the ultimate dark side. She was not only producing this pornographic material, but she was selling unlisted links to the videos to these absolute fucking degenerates. And you can clearly recognize the big problem here. She was producing pornography that involved an actual child.
According to reports, a Wisconsin man was apparently busted purchasing Lee's content by his wife. And after discovering the repulsive videos, the wife reportedly felt into authorities.
And hopefully the wife also left the husband, because that is an absolute unhinged weirdo. And hopefully he was also charged with purchasing child pornography, because that's what this shit is. You have porn that involves a child. It's child pornography. And initially she was facing an absolute grocery list here of charges: 34 counts of capital sexual battery, plus other charges of promoting a sexual performance by a child, possession of child pornography, and lewd and lascivious molestation, crimes that could have carried a life sentence, but she was only found guilty on one of the charges, which carried a 10-year sentence. Now, let's go over a little bit more of what Wavy Web Surf points out, which is how she defended these actions in the case.
During her trial, she would describe her videos as a, quote, silly little playful thing, and that she doesn't believe it's criminal.
A silly little playful thing, huh? Fucking menace. What a fiend. Oh, so goofy to produce porn that involves a child that is in your porn. Man, how wacky. Oh, wow, goodness graciously. This was her entire stance during the case, that it wasn't serious, and that she was also going through mental health struggles, which led to her doing this. She said that she had finally got attention that she had been craving for so long, so she leaned into it even further, but it was never serious, and it wasn't criminal or bad or anything. It was just a playful thing that she was also charging money for. That was clearly sexually charged, because a lot of the titles like Mommy's a Whore and Good Little Boy were being sold as the unlisted videos, but for some reason she still tried to play it off like, oh, it's just so silly, that's all, you guys are overreacting. That was her absolute lobotomized take during all of it. And her lawyers were just as smooth-brained. They tried to argue that everything she did was protected by free speech. I'm not even fucking kidding, I'm not making that up. They made this a free speech argument, that she should be able, and it's not criminal, for her to breastfeed her child in these sexually charged fetish videos because it's a free speech expression.
Lee Felton's defense attempted to argue that her breastfeeding videos fell under free speech protection, but nobody was buying this defense. A Tallahassee sheriff's lieutenant puts it best. Quote, "The video was clearly not done for the purpose of education or artistic display. Based on the content and the fact that it's being sold by Felton, it is clear this video is for sexual purposes."
Fucking obviously. This is not a free speech issue. I love free speech. I hate censorship. You know what this isn't? Free speech. And it's not censorship. You can't just use this as a catch-all term or defense like, what do you mean I can't dismember my neighbor when I'm upset? What about free speech, huh? Do we not live in a free country? I can't go over there and just fucking decapitate him? Come on. Are you serious? I don't want to live in a society where Lee Felton can't produce sexual breastfeeding videos for people to enjoy. Oh my goodness. What happened to free speech? It's fucking lunacy. It's absolute craziness that that's what they tried. But what's even more insulting is that it must have worked to some degree because her charges, all 34 of them, she was found not guilty on except for one. But that charge carried a 10-year sentence. So she is still spending a significant time behind bars, but not as long as she should, I would argue. She of course lost custody of her child, but I really don't understand why they reduced the sentence so much. There was overwhelming evidence against her with tons of videos as well as tons of receipts of the videos being sold to like 40 or 50 different clients allegedly. Like that, I still feel like 10 years was a pretty light sentence for all of this with all of that considered, but whatever. Anyway, just wanted to talk about this because I found this to be a pretty interesting story that I'd never heard of before, so huge hats off to Wavy Websurf for finding this and talking about it, because this was a really interesting and really fucked up one. That's about it. So yeah. We've seen time and time again road rage just break people's brains. There's something about that anger that is so potent that it has people just do the most unhinged things. Like a week ago, I made that video on the Florida man road rager who got so upset he dropped his britches and started shaking his weenie at a family in a car. There's just something about road rage that has people snap and get real freaky like they just took K2. And now today we're talking about another incident here with the infamous Delco Pooper. Just look at this menace. Look how proud she looks of herself. Some of you might know her by other names like Sally the Stinker. Probably don't know her by that name, I just made it up. But the point is, she has now rose to infamy because a video has surfaced where, in a bout of road rage, she approaches her opponent's car, takes down her britches, and then aims the brown balloon not at the hood and blasts it. And I mean like Nickelodeon Slime Time blasts it with her poop. Fecal matter all over the hood of that car. And then she was arrested for it. It's very interesting stuff, but there's actually more lore behind it than you would expect. You see the video of the lady who shit on who shit on a car like projectile type. Yeah, I was talking about her during the watch party. I forgot her name. But yeah, she like fucking Cleveland steamered a vehicle. It was incredible. That one was awesome. That's all hell breaking loose. Doubt I can show the video. Well, maybe this. The news probably censored it. It's really cool. She fucking shotgun blasts it with poop.
She is seen defecating on a car hood.
Biological warfare.
After an apparent dispute with the driver. NBC 10's Lily Zhang was in Prospect Park as the suspect was taken into custody.
Wow, I didn't read her quote. So the pooper was identified as 44-year-old Christina Solometto of Ridley Park, taken into custody last week, charged with a string of offenses including criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, harassment, indecent exposure, and depositing waste on a highway. Is that a... Can't say I've seen that charge before, but her statement, she told authorities it was clean poop. I didn't even have to wipe. Wow. She stated, I wanted to punch her in the face, but I pooped on her car instead and went home. I'll tell you right now, Christina, ain't no such thing as a clean poop. No such thing as a free meal. And it was actual diarrhea. That's like the furthest thing from clean. She just lets it crust.
The police chief for Prospect Park says he has seen some road rage cases. That video
God, look at the way she approached. Oh man, yeah.
Shows a woman.
The full video, you can see it where she's like walking up, hands on her britches. She's charging her ult, and then she just in one fell swoop drops trow, and she just blasts it like a grenade going off on the hood of the car. It was unbelievably impressive.
Identified Thursday as Christina Solometto walking to another woman's car. The 44-year-old sits on the hood, or not showing the most graphic parts of the video.
And again, that's not an accurate statement. She doesn't really... I mean, I guess she kind of sits on the hood of the car, but it's more so she's, like, in front of it, and she just explodes it out like a Roman candle.
Including when she appeared to defecate on the car.
I like how she said appeared to defecate.
I know there's
We're not sure what it was.
Puns, innuendo, and
the same sense. Like, to be able to poop on a car like that was impressive, but it was disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. She had to go.
Thanks, Pat.
Christina, do you have a comment?
Solometo was brought to the Prospect Park Police Department Thursday in handcuffs, offering no remarks.
What is the
He
charge?
faces a number of charges,
Enjoying a shit?
including indecent
A succulent
exposure
runny
and
poop?
depositing waste on a highway.
the recognition a town gets over this kind of thing, and sometimes this is how it presents.
You got to see the video where they arrest her. Someone asked her what she ate that day. Oh, they got boots on the ground for the actual arrest itself too. All right, I gotta watch that then. I highly encourage you to check out the video. It's one of the more impressive uses of the human colon, I would say.
Can you tell us what happened?
The lady chased me. She chased me and I asked her not to attack me.
That is 44-year-old Christina Solometo being
There is no regret on that face.
police car, but you may know her by this now viral video. Police say the Ridley Park mother is the woman.
Look at how quickly she gets in and out. This one's censored a little more generously. She's in and out in like 10 seconds, and she does all the dirty deeds immediately. The speed is impressive. Like, honestly, everything about it was about as best it could go for her.
As she was getting arrested, Solometo says,
I have a sickness.
She didn't elaborate on the sickness, but the bizarre case has now gotten international attention. Not the kind this police...
Wonder what sickness that is. That's a blunderbussy. Well, that's certainly one word for it. I'm sure we'll hear that nomenclature used in court when an expert witness is called to the stand. People can shit in a thunderbox, however, not in a car when they gotta go. Where's the justice? The hell is even that? What is a thunderbox? People can shit in a thunderbox. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got it.
Can you tell us what happened?
The lady chased me. She chased me and I asked her not to attack me.
She chased you?
I have a sickness.
Oh, that's the whole thing.
You said she chased you?
Yeah, she chased me. And I got out and begged her to stop.
Better to do. Listen to her side of the story.
Yeah, I love that. This is biased. You haven't even heard Delco Pooper's side of things. What do you... Stop it! You can't possibly form your opinion on a 44-year-old woman shitting on the hood of a car without hearing why she did it. The plot has been getting thicker every day. A reporter just discovered she's a foot fetish OnlyFans model, and he legit asked her if he's willing to make scat porn for him. The article is called We Spoke with the Delco Pooper. What? Oh, here, is it from Philly Magazine? Oh yeah, here. Wait, is this it? Must be. We spoke with the alleged Delco Pooper. I like how it's alleged as if there's someone else that might have been responsible for the shitting. We don't know if it was her or not. We're not positive. Though she did openly admit to it. And we have her on camera doing it. Could have been anyone, though. Maybe a frame job. My timing was a little off last night. Phone rang just before 5 p.m. Missed the call. It turns out it was from Christina Solometo, woman charged with being the Delco Pooper. Sent her a message earlier in the day when I learned her identity, but before court records confirmed it, she called me via FaceTime from her Facebook account under Christina M. Shithead. What? Well, that's also her Instagram handle. Maybe she really does have a sickness. Maybe she is like an actual scat fetish performer or something. Imagine you trace her origins back to like 2 Girls, 1 Cup or something. I reached out to her again later in the evening. She wrote back, I'm lawyered up. This suggests she wasn't going to say anything else, but then she had another thought. I was not the angry one. She's referring to the other party in the road rage incident. No one ever claimed she was angry, just that she was shitting. So she runs an OnlyFans account named Neen, with the handle Neen's Toes. You can subscribe for $8 per month. From her OnlyFans description. Hello fans, Neen here. Now I'd love to show you my pretty toes decorated with your favorite color nail polish. sometimes decorated in jewelry. Tiptoe with me and you'll see. Come with my feet and toes on a fabulous journey beyond your wildest dreams. We'll also take special requests. Don't be shy, just ask. Huh. Wait, this is real fucking journalism. I felt like it was not only ethical, but indeed my avowed journalistic duty to get to the bottom of this. Regarding your OnlyFans account, I know that some women on OnlyFans specialize in scatological porn. I texted the accused Delco Pooper. Given the events of your week, I was wondering if that's something you delve into. A brief pause and then, you want me to fucking shit on you. I want 5K and I'm bringing a bodyguard. Okay, the bodyguard's not necessary. You really think someone that likes to get shit on is going to be like a threat? That's going to be like the most weak-willed human being of all time. That is a broken human being. What an interesting twist. So if someone asked you to shit on them, you would go alone. I'd probably bring a friend, just because it'd be so silly. But I don't know about a bodyguard. But yeah, I probably wouldn't go alone. That's fair. How'd that conversation even go if you had to bring a friend? About if someone paid me $5 to shit on them? They'd probably just want like a cut. I don't think it'd be that weird of a conversation. XQC's room is a mess. It's on LSF. Didn't he just move? It looks like one of those gaming hubs on 4chan back in the day where they used to compete to outgross each other. So they'd be like cum tributes and a lot of like cigarette ashes, old meals, spills, urine and poop stains and shit. Battle stations, that's what it's called. 4chan battle stations. Let's take a peek. This is a cool little piece he's got back here. It's a beaut. What I love streaming from a dumpster.
Holy fuck, man. Bro.
Wow. He makes it sound like it's not him that did it. It's like, wow, a burglar came in and left all of his McDonald's bags on the floor. Unbelievable. Bro, I can't believe this. Does he like black out when he's eating McDonald's and forget that he throws it on the floor so he's always surprised that it's there in the morning? Like, how does that happen? Like, he seems as surprised as I am. Like, he just disassociates the second he has a Filet-O-Fish. Eyes roll in the back of his head. Just starts littering. So it's not his whole room, it's just one spot. Like, it actually seems like the room itself is somewhat kempt. Like, there's even a giant projector here. And there's this, like, Allspark or Tesseract. I don't really know what this apparatus is, but that's pretty cool. It's just his area. Like, he came in here like this tornado of filth and just vandalized one spot in particular. What's the point in cleaning? It's just gonna get dirty again. You know, as the Power Rangers say. That wasn't as bad as I would have expected, to be honest. Like, it doesn't seem like there's many spills. Just like a little Coke here. Here, let me go back in. Yeah, so just like a little Coke stain there. Is there any other, like, big sticky areas? No. So it looks like he just has, like, a drink corner and then an everything else pile, heap. Is this all from the same place? I don't think so. This is McDonald's up here, and this is... Scores? I don't know that spot. Asman vibes? Does Asman have a disgusting room as well? It's just so yucky. Like, that's inviting so many bugs and shit. Like, I already freak out because of little fruit flies. This is just inviting the unknown. Like, opening a portal to hell. Doesn't he have a bin? Well, I'm sure there's a garbage can. Oh, in fact, I think it's right here. It's just... It's working overtime. It's at capacity. It's doing all it can just to stay alive. It's fighting for its fucking life. He's only been there for 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people see trash. I see a story. I can I can basically carbon date... No, carbon date's the wrong word. I can, like, track his calories through his trash here. Like I can see what he, you know, how his digestion's probably going. Yeah, it tells a tale, you know. It's got personality. Alright, let me see Asmund's room. But like I said, I expected that to be worse than with the way people hyped it up. But maybe it will be in a month. We can do a checkup. Asmongold's lair. Wow, this looks awful. Oh my god, this looks bad. This actually looks so much worse. I feel like I'm looking into like a gas station's dumpster. Like this just looks like a dirty diaper up there.
Exaggerate things, you know, make things
oh, no.
more than what they are.
Alright, so immediately this is more chaotic. Like this, at least XQC was localized to like one, like, cataclysmic area. This is just like an actual apocalypse in this room. It is everywhere.
And that's true. That's my bed.
Whoa! Wait, what? There's a bed there? You don't... No sheets? Nothing? It's just a raw mattress? Or maybe these are the sheets, I don't know. That's some old lady wallpaper kind of sheets.
Bed.
No frame?
Wendy's.
Oh, now we're fucking cooking. So, this isn't like an XQC level thing. So, his vice seems to be drinks. XQC only had a few drinks on the desk. Asmund's is entirely drinks. This shit is everywhere. Look at this phone. Wow. Even in 2010, this was like 50 years old. That must just be a prop, right? Or maybe it's like the Powerpuff Girls hotline. Asmund can just dial up the nearby McDonald's for a free Coke or something if he pushes the red button. Yeah, so this one is... I think this one is absolutely worse.
Desk. There you go. And this is the one from today.
There's absolutely urine in some of these cups, no doubt.
That was good. And then...
Why so many Cokes?
Let's see what we actually have in here.
Oh, there's a root beer in there. I saw a root beer.
Fuck. Got magic cards too. It's like pink lemonade.
Oh, nice.
That,
Spittoon.
Let's get a better look at that. That's molded over Coke.
Oh, good.
That's
why not?
molded over Coke.
Why not have that on the
desk? This one's
desk?
one of my favorites here. I don't even know how long this has been here.
Wow. Yum.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they discovered penicillin. I just don't get the thought process. So he actively recognizes the mold and the filth and the grossness of it, obviously. But, like, it's totally within his power right now to just be like, I'll throw one of these away. I'll take one of these out of my collection and throw it away. This is a little too moldy. And then just walk 5 feet to a trash can. There's a more recent example. Alright, we're gonna travel through time. Oh, what is this on the floor? Are these stains or are these coins? Played so much World of Warcraft he bought like actual gold pieces in real life and just scattered them on the floor to find. What are these? These like black spots. They are stains? No, they're definitely not cockroaches. I've seen so many cockroaches, I could identify those things from a mile away. It could be like rabbit shit. Because Miz had that all over his room and it looked kind of like this. Did Asmongold ever own a rabbit? Alright, we're just gonna go in order. So 4 years now. Why the DMCA music, man? I love Owl City as much as the next guy, but why here? This one seems more organized. Like, he's even got them, like, color-coded. He's got the Dr. Peppers together. The Rogue root beer hanging off to the side. A1 steak sauce kind of looming in the background just in case things get crazy. Man, he even just leaves the forks in these bowls. How the fuck does he not run out of silverware? Because this is not plastic. I can immediately tell this is metal, or at least it looks like it. No, it's definitely just like a metal fork. So he just replaces his silverware instead of clean it? Yeah, you're just showing one spot. Why so much A1 steak sauce?
It's where I kind of like put everything together.
This is
So,
a
like, my
drastic improvement.
Camera setup and all that. I pretty much put it together in this PC and beyond. If I get ever get
Like, this is just clutter. It's not filth anymore. It's just straight up clutter. So, like, no drinks on the gaming setup here. No bags of food. It's just straight up clutter. So this one's not even bad. That one just looks more like a hoarder's house as opposed to like a crusty battle station. Yeah, so it's really, like, he cleaned it up. 12 years ago, disgusting. Modern, passable. Again, just kind of like a hoarder's facility, because he's just got shit all over the place, but it's not filth. Like, it looks like he gets rid of the mold hazards. So he throws out the food, the drinks.